picks anymore. Let's just dump the show. Let's just all go on vacation. That's it.
You're on vacation. You're in an attic.
In the future, I sense us discussing Ryan Fitzpatrick's big night.
And Rob Gronkowski, your boy, reveals whether coming out of retirement is what he thought it would be. It's what I thought it would be for him.
I think you had this one.
Yeah.
You haven't had any picks, but I think you've had this one. Yeah.
You haven't had any picks right either. You've made
Time to peer into the future, which I see more clearly from here, because there's less static in my attic. I sense the first call.
Hello, Tony. Hi, Mike. This is Ben from Parkland, Florida. I want to know if you see the Heat closing out the Celtics tonight.
I don't. I sit here all the time, and I pick the Celtics to win, and I'm wrong all the time. I just think they're as good as the Heat at this point. I do. Although in crunch time, Mike, I got a statistic that's a little bit frightening. If crunch time is 5-point differential in the last 5 minutes, in the 18 minutes over these games that has existed, Miami has outscored Boston 52-29. So I guess I'm picking Boston because I think they're due, but I got nothing more than that.
Well, Tony, I got a little bit more. The Celtics have led this series for 75% of the time. And the Celtics have had double-digit leads for 45 minutes. I mean, they have dominated the action until crunch time, as you just mentioned. This is why when you do stuff is often more important than how much you do. You know, I know what the caller is trying to do. The caller is trying to get me to make a pick. What did I say at the beginning of the show?
No picks.
I am not making a pick.
Said no picks.
I know I see a fabulous game that goes to overtime tonight. That's what I see.
Oh, God. Just stop.
Hey, Tony and Mike.
Next.
Pardon the interruption, but I'm Mike Wilbon. It's National Love Note Day. Tony, you got one for me?
Indeed, I do. Roses are red, almonds are nuts. I picked the Lakers. You had no guts.
You know what? We got another day. We got more basketball coming, and I'm not picking again. How you like that? How you like them nuts?
I don't like that because the games are we're supposed to make picks, even if we're wrong.
We're not a tout show. We're not a tout show. We're not in Vegas. If we got to make picks, then put us in Vegas. You can be in your attic.
I don't want to go to Vegas. I don't want to go to Vegas.
You used to like Vegas when you covered the fights.
Yes, that was great then. That's a long time ago. Just make a pick every once in a while. Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. In today's episode, Wilbon and I try to figure out who's good in baseball, whether losing teams should play bowl games, and whether the Heat will close out the Celtics tonight. But we begin today with the Lakers beating the Nuggets last night to go up 3-1 in that series. 3-1, of course, is the magic number for Denver. LeBron James and Anthony Davis made more free throws, 24, than the Nuggets even attempted, 23. Wilbon, do you think the Lakers' complaint to the NBA had an impact on how this game was officiated?
Well, first of all, instead of worrying about picks, let's get some stuff straight. The Lakers did not complain to the NBA. The Lakers didn't complain by text, by note, by email, by phone call. They didn't. They had plays they could put on a website if they want clarification. That's it. And Denver did that too. So this is not like when Pat Riley and Phil Jackson used to spend an entire series, complaining to the head of referees about getting more calls for Magic and Kareem or Michael and Scotty or whatever the case was going to be. Yeah. Shaq and Kobe, whatever. So, Tony, they didn't do that. Now, they got more free throws. What do I think of that? I thought there was marginal calls. I didn't see like LeBron getting calls that maybe just want to turn the TV off. I didn't see that. Most importantly, once again, let's get it straight. The Lakers did not complain to the league, period.
That's great PR for the league. I'm sure that in the league office, they're saying, look, Michael Wilbon did his job now and absolved us of any blame on this.
Michael Wilbon did his job. He was accurate.
I think the complaint was real. I think it had an effect on the game. And if it didn't have an effect on the game, Mike Malone wouldn't have said, we're going to complain the next time, which is what he said, in fact. Let's look at this for a second. You mentioned Pat Riley and Phil Jackson. I have notes on them, too, because I heard them complain time and time again. And why did referees ever listen to them at all if they did? For two reasons. They had stature and they had rings. This was posed to me that LeBron was upset because he wasn't going to the line in this whole series like he'd gone his whole life. Why would you listen to...
No practice Wednesday, no practice Thursday, no practice Friday. What I've been told so far is that I'd be surprised.
Friday, Phil Yates joining us as well. There's some injury updates that you need to know about. But first, something this crew absolutely loves, bold predictions. So we begin with Mina on that.
All right, I got the rookie Justin Herbert going off. 3 touchdowns is my prediction, not just because I liked his performance under pressure last week, but because of the matchup. This Panthers defense has 6 pressures through 2 games. There are 19 players in the NFL, just players with as many pressures. They are terrible, quite frankly, and I expect Justin Herbert to play well.
The rookie is living up to the hype. I have Chase Young with 3.5 sacks against the Cleveland Browns this weekend coming up. You're talking about a guy that's going to be looking at Myles Garrett. Could Chase Young be Myles Garrett 2.0? He's already getting to the quarterback, creating a lot of pressure. Baker Mayfield will be hunted down by Chase Young.
Listen, for me, it's about the Steelers. The Steelers are going to shut out the Houston Texans this week because Driscoll put up 21 points, and I know that they were upset. But here's what's going to happen. This is what this will trigger. No DeAndre Hopkins. Now you get shut out by the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they're going to sign Antonio Brown. That's right. The Houston Texans call Antonio Brown. They are waiting on him week 9 because Deshaun Watson needs help, and Bill O'Brien has to get it. The shutout, then AB.
Bold on a Friday. Ryan Clark. How about them Cowboys?
Spicy.
We're going to start there on this show. It's Tall Task Week 3 against the Seahawks and Russell Wilson. And yeah, Dallas mounted that fantastic comeback week 2 against the Falcons thanks to Dak. But look, the trash talk is already beginning. Apparently, people in Dallas talking about Jamal Adams. The Seahawks TV had something to say about that.
You know, obviously I've seen a couple things. They said that, you know, I struggle in coverage. So I can't wait. So I got a little text from one of my buddies back home. So he has the inside scoop on that. So looking forward to it.
So who said that, or where did you see that? Or?
Oh, I can't tell you that, man. Come on. I can't give you the nuggets like that, man.
Still trying to figure out who the source was there, but we'll figure it out. The Seahawks have struggled against the pass this season, allowing the most pass yards in the league through 2 weeks. Seattle's inability to get after the quarterback has been an issue as they've recorded the 3rd lowest pressure percentage in the NFL. All right, so I'm not sure that you really need to fire up Jamal Adams any more than he already is, and whether this is actually real or whether he's just imagining it. Ryan, do you like Jamal Adams' mindset ahead of this?
Absolutely. Listen, Jamal Adams has one attribute in his game that nobody else has, and that's energy. When he is energized, when he brings that type of attitude to any team, he changes who they are. And now you're going to piss him off? Now you're going to make him upset? And listen, guys, when somebody's doing a lot of things well, you always try to nitpick the one thing you can find. Like I heard Stephen A say this morning, they let LeBron shoot in the 4th quarter and he missed some jumpers. You know why? Because that's the only thing you can figure out that he did wrong last night. And a couple of pass coverage breakdowns is the only thing you can see that Jamal Adams has done wrong. So he's going to hope that they attack him. Quandre Diggs will be in the middle of the field. It will not be a backup this week. And I'm excited to see how Jamal, who said out loud, who said publicly he would like to play for the Dallas Cowboys, attacks his hometown team as they attack him. It's going to be fun to watch. I can't wait to see it unfold.
Yeah, he's already been all over the field defensively. You got to think he's going to be crazy in this one on Sunday. Mina, when you think about how to actually game plan in this one, do the Cowboys need to slow this game down, maybe run the ball as much as possible, trying to keep Russell Wilson and the Seahawks offense off the field?
No. If I'm Dallas, I am airing it out early. I am airing it out often. You saw those numbers. This Seahawks pass defense has struggled. They ranked 29th in efficiency against the pass, according to Football Outsiders, 5th against the run. They've been much more stout at stopping running backs. And man, they're getting 0 pressure, okay? Absent Jamal Adams, who is pretty much their only source of hassling the quarterback. Bruce Irvin, who was their 2nd best pass rusher, got hurt last week. So Dak's going to have time back there. I would throw often, and I think they'll have success doing so. I anticipate that this game is going to be fairly high scoring.
Well, in the image of my green suit jacket, Ryan and Mina are feeling real froggy right now. Because I'm going to bring this thing back. Run the football. Have we not watched what Russell Wilson has been doing and all the things that we're talking about with Seattle's defense? Dallas ain't been no world beaters on defense either. And last time I checked, as good as a game Cam Newton had against the Seattle Seahawks, Russ threw 5 touchdowns, y'all. DK Metcalf is out there ascending to a #1 overall receiver now. I do not want this unit to have the ball. Russell Wilson is right now the league MVP. He has Tyler Lockett, who can create all the separation you want to create on the football field, and DK Metcalf, and also Greg Olsen. Chris Carson, they throwing screens, they running the football. Keep the damn ball away from him.
Marcus, you
I'm sorry, guys.
But I thought Cam has run the ball well. I thought he's thrown the ball well. I'm surprised by their defense and how poorly their defense have played, especially last week. But let's not take anything for Russ. Russ has been playing out of his mind the first 2 weeks of the season. I think as long as Cam stays healthy, this bodes well for New England moving forward. He's getting a lot out of the wide receiver position, although, Skip, we don't look at the Patriots group and say, man, that's one of the more talented groups. No. But Cam has cashed it in. Julian Edelman has played well. Damiere Byrd has come in and played well. N'Keal Harry's played well. You know, obviously James White's going to do what he does in the passing game. Burkhead's running the ball. The Patriots are going to have to play better on defense, though, because the Raiders are better than I thought. I don't know what anybody else thought, but the Raiders are better than what we thought. Josh Jacobs can run the football. Jalen Richard, the tight end, I forget his name. Darren Waller. He's a handful, Skip.
He is.
He's to be dealt with.
Yep.
They got decent, Hunter Renfrow. They got decent receivers on the outside.
Yep.
Their offensive line is really, really good. Yep. I'm going to say it's going to be a close ball game. I'm going to say Cam wins this ball game 27-24. But they got to be careful. They got to be on high alert.
Yep, I agree. Here's why they should win this game, and I believe they will. The Raiders are coming off a big game, but it was Monday night at home. You have to travel virtually cross-country, short week. As you remember, this is hard.
Yeah, and they played in the early game. They played in the early window, so it's 10 o'clock
early window. What does Bill Belichick notoriously or famously do best? He takes away your best weapon.
Yep.
So I'm fascinated to see what Darren Waller can do against Belichick's defense.
Mm-hmm.
It was leaky at Seattle.
Right.
But listen, New Orleans tried everything.
Right.
Brackets, double, triple.
Right.
They were like all over Darren Waller, and he just kept running away from whatever coverage.
Right.
They
and it's kind of hard to put Gilmore on him, Skip, when you go in a base formation. So how do you get, I mean, because the one thing I like about Gilmore, he will travel. He has frequent flyer miles, and he's willing to get on and travel anywhere, left, right, slot, it doesn't matter.
By the way, Darren Waller really travels because they move him like crazy.
Yes. They're trying to find the perfect matchup. Oh, okay, so it's man, okay. Oh. We got a corner, we got a safety, we got a linebacker. Oh, you're playing zone, okay, we like this. Yeah, they do a great job.
He goes in motion like crazy.
Yes.
He's flying across the formation and then flying upfield, and it's hard to corral that. It's hard to continue to double that because he will outrun your double.
Right.
Okay. So I'm fascinated to see if they could hold him under. He caught 12 balls for 105 yards against New Orleans.
Right.
And they're pretty good on defense. Their secondary is very good, and they're well coached. And I was shocked by how he had his way. 16 targets, 12 catches, 1 touchdown. Okay, so if they take him somewhat away, if they can hold him to 5 or 6 catches for 50, 60 yards, Well, then it comes down to those two kids that they drafted, Ruggs and Brian Edwards, and they both look really good.
They did. They really did.
Both have they have athletic sort of explosiveness. Both he can fly. Brian Edwards, I thought they stole him because he looks like an athlete to me.
Yes.
So they're going to have to rise and shine. Josh Jacobs is going to have another big day. I just feel like Belichick, especially on their short week, will be able to hold them down to a low roar. And I just think it's going to be even lower scoring than you think.
Okay.
I got 22-20 Patriots. I think the Patriots look down their schedule. I think Cam does, and he knows they're 1-1. And again, they had a moral victory at Seattle. Felt like they won the game.
Okay.
They should have won the game. They were in position to win it, but they didn't. They had better win this game because now it turns wintertime in this schedule because it gets rough after this. Remember, they have to go to Kansas City the next week. They get one gimme again back home out of this same division. They get Denver, your Broncos, and they're just beat all day.
We hurt right now.
And then guess what happens? It goes San Francisco at Buffalo. Don't sleep on the Bills. Then at Jets, which is never easy for them. Then they got Baltimore at Texans, Arizona, which is getting hotter by the throw. Then both the LA teams back-to-back on the road, Chargers and Rams, no gimmies.
Right.
And then at Miami, you saw what Miami did, albeit just to Jacksonville, but Fitzmagic still got a little magic left.
Right? He run it all over the place. San Francisco's ailing too. They got a lot of injuries going on. So but you're right. This is a game they need to win. But here the question is, Skip, as well as Derek Carr has played the first 2 weeks, can he continue this? Because we've seen him play well for stretches, and then he reverts back and is like, see, this is why Coach Gruden doesn't have any confidence in him, because the consistency that he needs to see in order for you to get to that next level doesn't seem to be there enough for Coach Gruden liking. So it's going to be very interesting because he's played well. He went on the road in Carolina. He played well. He played well at home against New Orleans. Can he go on the road again in an early window and play well? Coach Belichick, normally with the tight end, he likes to bang the tight end. Before the guy rush, he will get a shove on him, especially if he's close to the line. Now, if he's split out in the slot, good luck. Or he's split out wide, good luck with that, or they put him in motion.
I don't think Darren Waller is a tight end. They call him a tight end, but remember, he played wide out at Georgia Tech.
Well, what we call maybe he's an H-back. They call him defensive, call him Fs, call him flyers, because he's more going to be on the move. He's more of a pass catcher than a blocker. But Skip, he's phenomenal. Coach Belichick has his hand full. But if anybody can find a way to neutralize what you do well, or your best player, is Coach Belichick.
I agree with that. There's this team over in Buffalo that I told you was my dark horse Super Bowl pick. And they have a home game Sunday against another unbeaten team, the Rams. But Buffalo has a shot to get to